Welcome back to KRS Investment, where investment are made simple. Welcome back, indeed, guys. This is a very, very exciting day. These are buying opportunities. Listen, a lot of people are jumping ship. A lot of people are concerned about the market, and a lot of people are panicking and they're selling and they're doing a lot of different things. Now, I made a bunch of videos last week, and it's only right to make one on Friday. Um, I tell you guys that whenever I see that Apple goes below my favorite prices, right, then that's a must for me to pick up more shares. Hopefully, you guys are following the drift. Hopefully, you guys are picking up more shares as well. Now, same go for Tesla. Guys, come on, it's a no brainer. I picked up some Tesla shares this morning at $572 per share. It's trading right now at 574 and up. I'm excited I get to get in at this price again. I'll be very patient to wait it out for the next weeks and months to come. I tell you guys, whenever Tesla breaks that $600 price point, what I have, it's a must that I must pick a lot of shares. If we take a look here, we see that Xpeng as well. Xpeng is very unique for me, and I'm happy I'm keep adding shares. I've been adding a lot of shares in this month in general. And going back since April, we saw that it went down as low as we can see here at 1.2223. So I'm able to get a few shares and I'm holding these extra shares with Xpeng because other than Neo, I think Xpeng is one of the ones that I didn't have much at a lower price. And now it's a perfect price for me to get a lot of shares. So anyone that's looking in the EV market, if you're looking in the future, if you're thinking 6 months down the road, then I highly recommend you guys to pick up some shares of Xpeng, as you can see, XPEV. Guys, listen, I only tell you guys to buy, or I only suggest, I should say, to buy when I'm buying, because I just want everyone to make as much as they can if the opportunity is there. So definitely Xpeng, you guys know, I have a ton of videos. You can go back and watch those videos. But in terms of the competition in China, we know that the two that stands out right away is Neo and Xpeng. Now, Neo, okay, let's jump right into Neo. As we can see here, the stock price was down this morning at $31.56. If you did not buy any shares this morning, you are joking. Now, again, I tell you guys, I keep buying a few shares whenever I see it goes low. Now, keep in mind, I have a ton of shares in Neo, and my average is ridiculous. But in the interim, like right now, in the present time, in the last, I would say between 2 to 3 months with Neo, each time it drops in the 30s, I'm definitely getting up some shares because these extra shares I'm picking up for Neo is shares that I'm going to sell. Right, my original shares always stay the same, but anytime it goes down, I keep buy. I hold for a few days, or I hold for a few weeks, or I hold for a month if I have to, and then once it goes back up, I keep unloading shares, and then that's why I make that cash flow. So Neo definitely, if you look back in the last year, you can see how Neo has performed. If you look in the last 6 months, then definitely you can see where Neo was coming from in the 65s and 66 at one point, and now we can see it's almost 50% down from what it was 6 months ago. But if we look at Tesla, it's very similar as well. We're looking at least a 25 to 30% drop as well. So um, this doesn't concern me for Neo. As you can see, the price will fluctuate with Neo. We saw it was down at 31.56 this morning, but right now we can see it's climbing up at 32.46. Now, Neo is a stock that you can do a lot of day trading on as well, or not day trading, but short term swings. Because a few times in the last few days, we can see that it drops and then it goes back up $1 or $2. So if you have money, like if you could buy like 1,000 shares, which is not really feasible for everyone, but if you could buy 1,000 shares and hold it, even for a day or two, in most cases you can make like $2,000 to $3,000 in that one trade, right? But if you want to go small, definitely you can buy 100 shares. You can buy even 10 shares or even 50. Really depends how much you can afford. But in terms of high upside, I'm still betting heavily and Neo. It has performed well. It has taken care of me, and I have to be loyal to this company because they made me a ton of money. Now, again, guys, so Tesla, this price here, I won't really go over Tesla. You know what Tesla is about. No, we saw the recent tweets or comments in terms of um, Bitcoin and Tesla and how they're stopped taking the currency as a payment for their cars, which is I expect that anytime anyway. I thought it was just a momentum thing. Is that they were taking payment because Bitcoin was going so hot and it was actually driving the sales of their car as well. But I think Tesla realized that in terms of accounting, in terms of controlling the books, it's very, very hard for them to take a cryptocurrency as payment because same as how the price of the currency could go up, the price of the currency could come down as well. Now, on the other hand, if you're trading just US dollars, and the fluctuation is not a big gap as how if you see like cryptocurrency, one week it's at say 60,000 per coin, and next week it's at 52,000 per coin. That's 8,000 difference in most cases. So the comment by Elon Musk, I understood and I understand, and I expect the stock to be in this way right now, but still in the long run with Tesla, you will still make money. Now, Apple, guys, I won't go over Apple again, but you got to get some shares of Apple. I think Apple is one of those companies that you definitely must get some shares of Apple. If we take a look in the last 3 months, each time Apple goes down these low, I keep adding more shares. And I tell you guys, whenever I add these shares, we can see back in March 5th to 8th, it was definitely below 120. We were able to add a lot of shares. If we go back here in the last month as well, we can see it was trading in the lows, but it still crossed over that number, that 135, right? So if you did pick up below 120, you could have made a swing, make a little profit, and then you were able to buy back, say yesterday or I would say this week at these low prices. We saw it was 122.77 2 days ago, but then we saw it starts to climb at 126. And by next week, I feel confident in Apple. It should go between 128 to 130 again. So Apple is still definitely a great opportunity for anyone. Now, plug power, guys. Plug power, plug power, plug power. Now, if you haven't get any plug power, we can see that plug power right now is up at least 14%. It was up higher earlier in the morning at 25.50. But what I want to talk about plug power, we saw a few days ago, we saw plug power was down $18.50. Now, listen, I was on the road, but anytime I see these drops on my phone, I have these alerts that set up that tell me either way. You can see there was one alert that sets up here that says when it crosses 24, I need to sell to make some money, and which it did, right? But this is what you got to take care of, guys. 1850 for plug power. I hope a lot of people jump on this because this was easy money for all of us to make. Hopefully, we took advantage because it was an easy swing, guys. I was able to get in just below $19 per share, and I was able to make a quick swing at $23.30. And then grateful for this morning, we saw it was still down from yesterday, went down into 21. So I got some shares just around 22.30. And then this morning I saw it breaks 25.52. So what I did, guys, I went in and I sold my plug power at 25.25. That's my lucky number, 25.25. We saw it went on that dip right after because that was when market opens, right? So we saw it went on that dip, right? So we make our profit. Okay, we saw it went on that dip back down in the 24.44. So what we do, guys, we load up again, right? So I'm back in right now. I'm hoping to see if we can break that 24 for the that 26 for the day. I'm aiming to see if we could break 26.50 or 27, so we could take some profit and have some money in the bank. Because that's how we want to do it. I want to make sure we have some money in the bank to have that cash flow for next week, and these are just some of the ways that you can make a profit. Now we take a look again. The next stock I want to talk about here is Village Farm. If you guys are on the Canadian side or the US side, doesn't matter. But we saw a huge opportunity in Village. form right here, we can see the stock has dropped just around 30% or more. Take a look in the last 5 days, 10 days. Look at the 10 days map. We can see the stock was trading just over 1370, 1380. This was a few days back last week, and then we saw there was a huge decline. It drops all the way down into 956. At one point, even lower when we look last, like late last evening, we can see it was dropped way below 952. But then we saw there was a small pull up in the 1030 8, and at one point at 1052, right? And that was yesterday. And then we saw it drops again back in the 940s. And then this morning we saw it starts to climb back again in the $10 range. Now, this is in Canadian dollars, but we can always see the price if you go in the US. Okay, you can see the price of Village Farm right now, 843 US dollars. It's up roughly the same thing, 6% for the day. But I purchased these shares in Canadian, so that's why I was showing on the charts with the Canadian graph. But this is a great pickup in the marijuana side, guys. Make sure you take a look. The only reason why I really get this share because I had these guys back in 2020 for just around $3.80 per share. I was able to make a profit. This company is one of the first ones to start to take off when the marijuana starts to go through the election time. So I was able to profit very quickly and then change that over to Apria and then eventually get back into Tilray, right? So the main thing that's concerning with the company, you can see once that and the first quarter result came out, investors didn't really like. If you guys want to read this, you can definitely go to the company's website. They have their investor relationships. They have their investor relation sides that you can read on the first quarter result and to see why the stock is what it is. They missed by a little bit, not by much, I expect, but in terms of the Sun Farm and them as well. But keep in mind that a Village Farms is also an actual farm that actually sells like your tomatoes and your regular the regular type of vegetables, right? But they do have a space in the marijuana space as well. But please take a look. The stock is poised to make another run. Hopefully, we should see crosses $10.50 today. Not much, but it makes a difference in terms of what we're trying to accomplish. But I'd love to see it gets back anywhere between $13.50 to say $15 per share. I know it can break that $20 very soon, but in the short term, I'm aiming for 15 in the mid 15s, and then I'll go from there. So, guys, if you're watching this video right now, I just covered a few stocks that I kind of topped up on in the last few days. My plug have produced, my Tesla always produced, but I will wait to see what the next coming week shows. And of course, for Apple, NEO, we can see the price, as I said, guys, it's rising. It's at 32. It's 32.87 right now. We saw it was as low as 31.56 this morning. So as I tell you guys, Neo could really jumps up very quickly. So this is what I love about Neo in the short term and long term. Now, I hope you guys take the time to watch the video. If you like what you just hear, please go ahead, leave a comment, share, like. If you know of someone that's interested, maybe you could pass this message on to them. But please subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. If you already subscribed, guys, I appreciate it 100%. Let's continue to keep this journey going. Until next time, peace out.